Hi Scorpio, and welcome back to the Mother Tressa channel. If you're already familiar with this space, then you know what to expect, so welcome back. But if you're new to this channel, then welcome in, and definitely feel safe enough to be in this space with me. Also keep an open mind and hear what it is that I have to say today. If the message does happen to resonate with you, then give this video a thumbs up and comment in the comment section below whatever you feel safe enough to share with me in the comment section. But if the message doesn't resonate with you, then do note that this is a general reading, so it won't always apply to what you have going on in your personal life specifically, unless you book a private session. But if you do know any other Scorpions or Scorpios in your life that may be going through something very similar to what I touch on, then maybe you were just meant to be the messenger this time, and I would definitely appreciate it if you passed it on to the person that needs to hear it the most. Now, if you like the vibe and you want more of these videos, then subscribe to this channel and also hit that post notification so you're made aware as soon as I upload a reading. Let's get into it. Transit wise, you guys, the sun is in Cancer at 29 degrees. The moon is in Leo at 12 degrees. That 12 degrees is that Piscean influence. Mercury is in Cancer at the 9th degree, which is Sagittarian influence. And then we have Venus in Gemini at 16 degrees, which touches on Cancer's energy and having that Cancerian influence. So as far as what came through when I was meditating on the energy for you guys, be very careful at this time. If you have vitamins in your home, I would suggest that you be more consistent with taking those a little bit more regularly as we go into Leo season, because I feel like some of you guys might be coming down with like a cold or a flu, or be susceptible to being able to catch a cold or flu just because your immune system just isn't functioning at its normal capacity. So I did see that. I also saw images of somebody getting food poisoning, so just be very careful if you're going to be ordering food at this time, especially when it comes to consuming raw foods. If you usually like your meat medium rare, I would suggest that you get medium. If you eat your steaks medium, go up one and get medium well, just so that you don't run the risk of getting any type of food poisoning. But I did see that. I just feel like a lot of you guys unprovoked are going to be caring a little bit more about your digestive system and the things that you are intaking into your bodies. Some of you guys are going to be intentionally going on a detox at the start of August season, maybe in preparation for your birthday, and or again just because you might feel like you've been eating things that are very high in fat, if not just eating a lot of carbs, and so you have come to finally realize the effect that it's having on your body, and maybe just how much more sluggish you might be feeling, and or just how more slowed down your thoughts might be at this time. And so you're going to be making some dietary changes that did come through. Now also with Mercury being in Cancer at 9 degrees, what came to mind was high ideals. So I feel like you could be dealing with people that are very emotionally invested in their beliefs and could be potentially trying to persuade others to adopt their ideals. And or if somebody's trying to attack your beliefs at this time, I definitely feel like you're going to be a little bit more defensive and or on edge and more combative, or encouraging debates between you and another party. Just be careful that it doesn't turn into a disagreement or that it turns hostile at this time, again, because somebody isn't wanting to agree to what your standpoint or viewpoint is on a certain topic, or in how you want to raise your children, or in some other matter or area of your life. I'm definitely seeing that. I'm also seeing that you guys are going to be potentially mending a relationship with a very strong or influential member in your family or within your friend group. And if not that, then this is you coming to realize the importance of exercising both the female and male aspects of who you are, and there's a mending of a relationship there. So that's on the table. But if it is with somebody, I am seeing that it's going to be like a paternal figure. It can be something between your parents or a relationship that's needing to be mended between you and an older sibling, brother, sister, and or just in general with a sibling and or a friend. Okay, we are going into Leo season, and you know Leo rules the 5th house. I don't want to really say rule, but they're comfortable in that house, that energy, and they are fixed fire, and you guys are fixed water. So though the modalities are the same, you guys struggle with, I feel personally, showcasing who you are. So I feel like in Leo season, you're going to try to figure out how to showcase your assets or your abilities, whatever your skill sets are, or in the way that you emote yourself creatively, but looking at how you can do that in a way that is very authentic, you know, instead of it being more so on that Leo side that could be more negative by perception with exaggerations or embellishments and having to lie or talk up what your status is, and or just how much money you may have in your bank account, you know. So just be very careful that you don't try to create a facade in order to get other people to gravitate towards you. You want to figure out a way to be impactful and have a meaningful impression on those that you know and those that you may come to meet without having to sacrifice your identity. So let's see what else comes up for you Scorpions at this time as far as messages. Ooh. You have the King of Wands. Like I said, going into Leo season, right? We will be there tomorrow. You have the Star card. Again, showcasing your abilities. Leos take center stage. So in what way can you do that this month? In what way can you step into your destiny? In what ways can you also allow for other people to help you accomplish the goals that you have in mind here with the Star energy? Because the Star speaks to Aquarius. Aquarians are the humanitarians. It's all about outreach, okay? Let's see here. If you're dealing with somebody romantically, I am seeing that they are feisty, can have an attitude problem, just has a very strong personality. I am hearing hard-headed. So it can be very difficult in order to get them to see your side and to be more compassionate to maybe some of the issues or the topics that you want to address and or talk about that maybe they don't care for and or have any sort of expertise in. You know what I mean? After the Star card, you have the Ace of Swords, followed by the Page of Coins and the Death card. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Emperor. Oh yeah, you could definitely be dealing with a fire sign or somebody that has heavy fire placements. I did upload Aries video, so definitely go check that out. But other fire signs would be Leo and Sagittarius. With this Ten of Wands, I kind of want to touch on career just for a little bit. Now, if somebody's trying to give you an ultimatum as far as you needing to decide between them or the career path that you want to go down, I definitely foresee you guys splitting and going your separate ways. You're definitely going to choose your career path. If somebody wants you to prioritize their needs before your own, I'm getting that you guys are really going to be choosing yourself at this time. You owe it to yourself to be able to cater to your needs without having to sacrifice yourself and become a martyr and or a doormat or pushover, I'm hearing, in the relationship. I feel like you are done with existing in that type of space and allowing other people to have access to you when their intentions aren't to do anything but to cause destruction, chaos, drama in your life, right? That's also what Leo's energy speaks to, all about the drama, theater, theatrics. Moon is in Leo at 12 degrees. So I feel like if somebody's going to be emoting at this time with you, having any sort of confirmation, yeah, okay, but conversation, it's going to be really animated. But just be careful that you are really listening to what's being said with this Ace of Swords and the Page of Coins, because somebody can be exaggerating and, or I'm hearing stretching the truth a little bit here. Now, if you've been trying to have conversations with your partner and you feel like they shut you down, they tell you that your ideas are stupid, and or they just try to minimize you in some way with this King of Wands, Star energy, and the Ace of Swords, I see you guys retreating a little bit and being a little bit more reserved with just how much you continue to share with this person. But who would want to exist in that type of dynamic where you can't fully divulge your passions, like what your dreams are? It doesn't matter if they may seem unrealistic or impossible to achieve. You should be able to be with somebody that wants to really hear you out, to be able to listen to you, and that supports what it is that you're trying to do in whatever way they can, right? Be it them showing up physically for you for whatever events you could have, be it them being able to provide for you financially, or to make up financially if you guys live together while you go to school. You know, you continue your education if need be, because they understand that that type of sacrifice at the end is not going to do anything but benefit the both of you and the overall success of that relationship. Because once you finish and you get your certification, if we're talking about school, then at that point you would be able to make up for the difference, right? Something with wage gap is going on here. Might be up for a promotion. I feel like your name is in the mouths of some people that have the resources to help you. Your name is in the mouth of some people that have heavy influence and that could really change your life dramatically if we're just talking about where you're going professionally here. It's right when you feel like nothing's ever going to come of a situation that you've been really trying your best at, that something miraculous happens with that Five of Wands and the Emperor. You just have to be open-minded, Scorpio, with the way that this can pan out, right? Because you guys are fixed water. So once you have your mind set on something, you have it imagined in your mental plane, the precise steps that you need to see it unfold as to happen. Hopefully that makes sense. I already told you at the beginning I couldn't fucking structure my sentences correctly, so don't shoot the messenger. But let's say like you want to be like a veterinarian or something like that. Then you see yourself playing out that role traditionally and everything that is supposed to happen in order for you to get there traditionally. But with the miracle that could happen in your life, it's going to come in a way totally unexpected. Maybe you don't need the degree that you think you do in order to do what you love and you have a passion for. Maybe there's a way for you to establish yourself on a platform like this, on YouTube or on OnlyFans. It doesn't have to just be something that is like sexual when you have people subscribe to whatever it is that you're selling, right? A product is anything. It can be anything. So maybe you were meant to do it virtually. Maybe you weren't meant to go at it alone. Maybe you are meant to have a business partner. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you weren't meant to be front and center. Maybe you're supposed to be more behind the scenes, and or vice versa. So just be open to the way in which this passion of yours can be materialized. And I feel like you guys struggle with that. That's going to be the hardest thing that you struggle with this Five of Wands. Again, touching on that Leo energy. Struggle with change and or adaptability. But right now, this time is beckoning for you to be a little bit more flexible. And maybe not just in the mind, maybe with the body, maybe in the spirit. Because with the star, this gives me very much pole dancing queen, you know what I'm saying? So you might need to take some pole dancing classes if you can. I don't know if those types of places are open given our circumstances, right? But if you can buy a pole and take some lessons to tap more into your sensual nature, because maybe that's been lost for a while now, then do that. If you need to do something that can just stretch your limbs altogether, try yoga, try going on a walk. You know what I mean? If this is something with projects, just pick up a paintbrush and paint an art piece. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just getting you to exercise that muscle, you know what I'm saying? And being able to strengthen something and or potentially find what your actual craft is, what your gift is, and how you can contribute and then leave that lasting impact and being like a contributing member to society overall, because I'm definitely getting that you guys care about that a lot. Like you really want to leave a positive effect on the people that you come across. And again, also those that already exist in your life here. You're going through a life transition. It's going to be hard at first, but so long as you remain optimistic and you understand that this type of transition is inevitable, it's going to happen whether you welcome it, you know, voluntarily or not. And once you like loosen up a bit and see that, then you will start to enjoy it a little bit more here. Some of you guys, you might have to move to another place and you're dreading it, but I feel like once you're there, that's when the blessings will unlock and overflow in your life here. I'm seeing this as like a teenager, somebody that's like bickering with their parents because they don't want to leave their family, or not their family, but the friends that they've made at the school that they've been at over the past year, or if you've been there since birth, you know what I'm saying, and you don't want to leave everything that you know. I'm seeing that once you get to this new place, not only will you enjoy your high school more and or the college that you attend more, I'm seeing that just your earning potential is exponentially increased where you're going. If you're going for a job move or you're having to leave because of a job, at first you might think that it's like senseless and silly, almost to the verge of reckless, for you to have to move on impulse or at such a short notice, because fire energy is pretty quick. I feel like once you get there, you'll be promoted. It's like that type of miracle. Like maybe you signed the on-hire paperwork, and in the paperwork it said that your starting salary was going to be $40,000. Yet once you get there and you get situated and everything, and you go in for your first day, you come to realize that they made a typographical error, and you're actually going to be making like $80,000. You know, like it's something like that will happen. I feel like you're on the brink of something tremendous that is really going to really shatter everything that you thought that you knew. And just have you having such a different outlook afterwards. You know what I mean? So just remain, again, optimistic at this time here. If you're dealing with somebody romantically that you are separating from, I feel like the minute, literally down to the minute, down to the second that you decide to walk away because you know your worth and leave something that was maybe more abusive in nature and or essence, and somebody that, again, wanted to like stifle your energy and or your true potential, and you move away from this person, you might in your mind think, okay, I'm really going to take this time for myself. I'm not going to involve myself with anybody, and I'm just really going to focus on getting me back together. I feel like when you do that, somebody else is going to come into your life, this emperor, this boss here, that is going to, again, completely and utterly change everything that you thought you knew about love and partnership in the best of ways, though. This person is definitely going to be a catalyst to your spiritual awakening if you haven't already been intentional about going on that journey. Okay, that's what I'm seeing as far as a life transition. You're about to go through a spiritual awakening. I feel like this person is going to be the catalyst, or whoever you've been attached to and has some sort of dependency on, and somebody that you've built a tolerance for with this energy here. They have gotten you to a point where maybe you are praying for relief. You know, you're praying that God will be able to tear you guys apart. Like they are making you turn towards spirituality if you're not meeting somebody else. So it's going to be something like that. But it's a catalyst for your overall growth. And again, learning that not all things are permanent. So it's learning to have a level of detachment with the things that you experience. Not to say that you can't appreciate it and that you can't find enjoyment in it, you know, and be happy while you're existing in that space, but it shouldn't take such a toll on you when it's time for you to move on to the next thing, when it's time for you to break up out of a relationship and move on to something else, or somebody else that can give you, again, something else that maybe you were missing, that you can only learn through that type of partnership. Be it platonic or professional, you know, that doesn't matter. And or when it comes to projects or when it comes to money and things like that, like stop holding on so tightly to things, because there is better on the other side, especially when you are in a position where you're potentially overworked and underpaid, and or you're just undervalued with whoever you've been giving your energy to. Not everybody deserves to have access to you, and also not everybody deserves to get such a heightened response out of you, because it takes a lot of energy to get angry. There are some people that feed off of negativity. So at this time, just be a little bit more aware, consciously aware of the roles that people are playing in your life, and not taking things personally, but knowing when, again, to create that distance, you know, and that space between you and people that just are not resonating on the level that you need them to, performing at the level that you need them to, in order for you to continue to feel safe, secure, and or balanced. All right. But also make sure that you are doing those things and tending to yourself, spending that quality time with yourself, and indulging in those self-care practices like taking spiritual baths or just bubble baths altogether, giving yourself a massage, doing facials, just learning other ways to relax and unwind and decompress when you are done with your workload and or done dealing with other people, so that you can, again, recuperate and refine your center. So that's what's coming through here. We did just have that new moon that was also in Cancer. So maybe you guys have been talking with friends and family about certain challenges that you want to experience, because maybe you feel like you've been living an ordinary, dull, boring life and you want to liven it up. Well, just be very careful what it is that you ask for, because with that new moon, maybe you don't know anything about spirituality, but that can have been a catalyst for something that is going to come in the near future that's going to bring you exactly what it is that you're asking for. So again, it could be a person, it could also be a place or a thing, an opportunity that you are confronted with, and it alters your life, but again, in the best way. So that's what's coming through, Scorpio. If you like this message, you know, give me a thumbs up, share this again with friends and family, and subscribe if you like the vibe. But if I don't hear from you, then please just take care of yourself and soul until you see me again. Ciao.